So everybody knows Central Park as one of the most iconic parks, not only in New York City, but in the world. And when you're thinking of Central Park, you might think of the most popular destinations like Bethesda Fountain or Strawberry Fields, maybe the Central Park Zoo. But now that we're living on the Upper East Side, so close to the park, we are trying to find some hidden gems, and we're gonna take you with us.
You ready to ride? The e-bikes are so fast, you just absolutely fly on these. It's crazy.
All right, we are docked and we are at 105th Street and 5th Avenue, heading to the park. So about 20 blocks north and a couple avenues west from our apartment, there is the Conservatory Gardens in Central Park. It's the only formal garden in the park, so it's free from cyclists. There's no proper running paths, things like that. So it's super relaxing and it's really nice in springtime, which is great for us because it's May.
The Conservatory Gardens get an absolute A+ in my book. It's beautiful. I feel like the park itself is an escape from the city, but the Conservatory Garden feels like an escape within Central Park. It's really, really nice, and I think we're gonna come here way more often now.
That's what I'm talking about. We're trying to find these hidden gems. So, first one gets a check. Second one, let's see if it's any good.
We're now heading a 7-minute walk away to the Northwoods Loch Waterfall, which, yes, there is a waterfall in Central Park. We didn't know that either, but we're about to go see it. Let's go. We've never been to this section of the park before, but it's so pretty. It reminds me of the Rambles because you kind of have a winding path, and I feel like you could get lost in here with all the trees. But we are on the search for a waterfall.
Which way? Oh, I hear it. I hear something. Which path do you go on? The least traveled, with the most resistance, or the paved one? I feel like it might be that way, but for some reason I don't want to go down that way.
Yep, that's it. Google Maps. We'll get there.
I hear it.
Did we find our waterfall?
You found it. I love sections of Central Park like this, where when you look up and you look around, you don't see any buildings, so it really doesn't even feel like you're in the middle of Manhattan.
This waterfall was in the original plan for Central Park, created by Frederick Law Olmsted. This was originally intended to be a much larger lake, but has since turned into the stream that we see today. It's so pretty, it's so nestled into Central Park that you really wouldn't think that you're in the middle of Manhattan. It's beautiful, and I'm really happy that we came here. I highly suggest it. Our next spot is somewhere that I go to very often. I'm always running around it in the mornings. Let's go there. I'll tell you more about it when we're there. Safety first, then teamwork. I love the reservoir. It's like the best place to go on a run. Very famous people have taken laps here, including JFK. Erin, you're gonna have to check me on that, but I believe that he ran around the reservoir, but then they named it after Jackie O. I don't know, but it's one of the best views of the skyline uptown. It's beautiful. The reservoir has a 1.58 mile running track around it with some of the most beautiful views of the city, in my very biased opinion, because I run here all the time. But it's just so stunning in the morning, at night, at sunset. You just get this incredible view from uptown with unobstructed views, which I feel like is really rare in the city.
All right, Brandon, you say you run here all the time. Let's see it.
All right, I'll do the Phoebe run.
Okay, so some fun facts about the reservoir. It was built between 1858 and 1862 and holds over 1 billion gallons of water. And at the time it was built, it was the largest man-made body of water in the world.
For this next spot, you really have to use your imagination because you can't actually see what it is we're standing at, but we're at Seneca Village, which was a village in the early 19th century, predominantly inhabited by African Americans and Irish immigrants. And when the park was built in 1857, the city used eminent domain to seize the land and kick the residents out so that they could build Central Park. The residents were compensated for their land, but they were forced to leave their homes. In 2011, an excavation took place in this area to try to find out more about Seneca Village, and they were able to find thousands of artifacts that gave them much more information and clues about how this community lived their lives. Now they have signs up all over the place giving information about Seneca Village, so we're here for the first time. We're walking around reading all the signs and learning about this community. While there's not much to see here, we do want to shed light on this community and the efforts of the Conservancy project to educate people about Seneca Village and the people who lived here and their history. So it's a really cool site to check out. Come read the signs and learn about this community.
To have no more wedding, no more husband.
I mean, I kind of almost got hit by a car. It was the car's fault.
You're in this hustle and bustle of New York City, and then you take a few steps into the park, and of course, yeah, you could hear the traffic. It's the only formal garden in the park, so it's free from runners and bicyclists. Why can't I say bicyclists?
It's a weird word.
Bicyclists. And yes, that's the ice cream man in the background. It's taking everything in me to not go get some ice cream, but Brandon said we have to stay on task. Not free from runners because there's one right there.
Yeah.
And then that guy just started running once I said that.